Less than a year after he was forced out of his country, Syed SAMIULLAH is still adapting to his new surroundings. The 28-year-old Afghan Special Forces officer says he was ready to die for his country and its leader. The former lieutenant was the field aide of the Army Chief of Staff. He was on the front lines as Kabul fell on August 15, 2021.
That's me, and that's General ALIZAI. When 2021, 15 August, when Kabul fall, we was in the Minister of Defense. The Taliban came to near of the Kabul. I feel like the Taliban cannot take Kabul. When President Achraf Ghani left presidential and he gone, everything is different.
A few days later, Sami had to flee his country, like thousands of other soldiers.
When I saw that picture, I never thinking about that one day we will be in that situation. We go to the inside of that airplane. I took that photo. This is the more than 700 people. Yeah, and that's the soldier, a special force soldier helping take out my son.
Sami no longer wears his uniform, but he is still faithful to his general. General ALIZAI, the former head of the Afghan army, was also exfiltrated by the Americans. He now lives in a secret location in Virginia, where U.S. Army officers continue to protect their former partners. Every week, the general brings together others like him, people who once commanded a state that no longer exists.
I'm a doctor. Oh, you're the doctor. I've heard about you. You're the one who has a friend who went to Canada, right?
Yes, that's right.
Together, these special forces officers, magistrates, and civil servants are dreaming up ways to reclaim their country. But for the 37-year-old general, they must first learn from past mistakes.
As an army general, I was pushing still for the martial law. We had a point of contact that was a 2-star U.S. general who was in charge of Afghanistan in August. And then we had to discuss this with him, that we want to conduct the martial law, but his answer was no.
These images show General ALIZAI speaking with the U.S. general in question. A few days later, he made headlines when he became the last U.S. soldier to leave Afghanistan after 20 years of war.
We are talking to some U.S. officials that are trying to be engaged in Afghan policy making. We are still trying to find more support for this firm to become a reality, to bring the Afghan young blood together and make a strong party for the future of Afghanistan. There are some friends that are still in Panjshir. He used to work for me, some of the commanders, old NDSF commanders, but yeah, I do talk to them.
Hatching plans of armed resistance that must stand on solid political ground.
We should share our ideas, and we should take the narrative, and we should advise the America, the NATO countries, all the Western countries, that how to engage back with Afghanistan. Not the same way that they did in 2001. That doesn't work anymore.
For 20 years, Americans tried and failed to impose democracy in Afghanistan. Now, a new generation of Afghans is dreaming of a future for their country from halfway across the globe in the United States.